out simply because this funnel playbook is going to show you exactly how to get people onto your email list and how to feed them and nurture them so that they know that the next logical step is to buy your product or...
You are now listening to the Conscious Creative Corner, the intersection of unapologetic lifestyle and creativity. Get ready to be inspired and dive into uncensored truths with tackling business and mental space with other transparent influencers and entrepreneurs. And let our conscious conversations normalize the chaos you may call life. Our episodes will give you the confidence you need to zone in on your creativity and manifest your innate abilities to create. Let's get consciously creative. Welcome back, creatives, to the Conscious Creative Corner. I am your host, Sia, and today we are talking about the 5 mistakes creatives make when they are building a fan base. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, well, why do I need a fan base, or why do I need some followership? It's simple. If you are creative and your creativity is your business, then who else is going to buy other than your fans, right? And even if it's someone that just realized who you were, or even what your name means or your brand means, this person is still a fan if they choose to buy. Now, I want to just dive right into it and skip the fluff, so let's get into the mistakes. Mistake number 1. Not having a solid base in your brand. Now, I know everyone might think like, what are you talking about, Sia? I know exactly what my brand is. My colors are yellow and black. No, sweetie. No, bro. Your brand is like so much more than your colors. And if you don't believe me, go check out like our past episode with Keisha, the creative genius, where she talks about exactly how to establish your brand. When you don't have a solid brand, people are not going to understand who they're following. Now, let's say, you are a activist, okay? Because some of you creatives are activists out there, and people want to understand your movement. They want to join, but one minute you're for the cause, the next minute you're not down. That has to do with your branding, okay? It's either you're for the people or you're not. What people say about you when you're not in the room is exactly what your brand means, okay? They're not talking about your colors. They're not talking about your tagline. They're talking about the reason, your why. So one of the biggest mistakes you might have when you're building your followership is not having a clear and concise brand. And again, if you need some help with that, go check Keisha out because she's amazing. Mistake number 2 is, I see this too often, not having a platform where people can automatically reach you. Word of mouth is great, right? But nowadays, you're not handing out your business card, especially not during COVID. We all quarantined, y'all. Where you going to hand out your business card? You're not handing those out. What you need to do is have a platform where people know, like, okay, I can go check out Trisha on such and such Instagram, or I can check her out on her website. I'm not saying everyone needs a website. What I am saying, though, is everyone needs a place where people can get in contact with them, especially if they want to buy their product or service. If you have a dope painting and people are just like, well, how do I buy it? Well, guys, get yourself a platform, put your paintings up there so people can purchase, or at least contact you so that they know how to get it shipped to them, okay? Important, because if you have more than one brand, you want to make sure they all link together. So I'm going to put myself on the line here. I have multiple brands. My brand is myself, though. My main brand is myself. Everything else is subsidiary outside of my therapy brand, okay, because that's something totally different. But everything down to my YouTube channel, my blog, even my podcast has to do with creativity, and it has to do with me, the lifestyle. You're in the business of me. You're in the business of Sia. And all of my platforms link to one another. One thing that I like to do, because I have so many platforms and because I have I have my drop shipping store that again ties back to me. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, go check out siaedwards.com/shop. Shameless plug. I make sure I have a one-pager. This one-pager has all my links to all my platforms. This way, it seamlessly ties itself together. People make a mistake of not tying all their brands together, and then they're just like, well, no one's buying my t-shirts. Well, duh, they're not buying your t-shirts because they don't know that it's a part of your brand, you know? And I am going to say that in the beginning, I did not know that this was something you needed to do. I just automatically thought like, oh, I put it up on the internet, people are going to buy. No, sis, that's just not how it works. Unless you have great SEO. And if you guys don't know what SEO is, that's another topic, but it's web-based lingo. But unless you have great SEO, no one's going to search for your stuff. No one's going to know it's there. So don't make that mistake. Mistake number 3 that I see people doing all the time is not utilizing an email list. All right, now hear me out. People are just like, well, I don't need an email list. I'm not sending emails. Homeboy, yes, you do. Even if you're a producer, a rapper, a singer, having an email list makes your fan base yours. Instagram can take your followers down at any time. Shoot, they can even delete them because Instagram has that in their terms of service. Facebook can do the same thing. Having an email list, you own. You can download that CV. You can email them at any time. If you're putting out something new, they're the first to know. It makes them feel special. Utilize an email list. When you're utilizing this email list, then you can make sure your funnel to greatness, aka your product, is seamless. If you have no idea what a funnel is or even how to do that, I do urge you to go check out my digital shop where I do have a funnel playbook. And all creatives, and even if you're not a creative business owner, all business owners should definitely go check this out, simply because this funnel playbook is going to show you exactly how to get people onto your email list and how to feed them and nurture them so that they know that the next logical step is to buy your product or your service. Mistake number 4 is not interacting with your established fan base. So let's say you have a Twitter and you only have 5 people and you're just like, oh, I'm too good for those 5 people. Well, guess what? Those 5 people are never going to buy from you if you don't give them some love and attention, okay? Everyone has to start somewhere. And all too often, I see people comment on other creatives' websites or their work, and they're like, this is great, and you don't even say thank you. Come on, guys. People have taken the time out to say, you know, they've enjoyed your things. Take the time out to thank them, because guess what? They'll come back for more. This is just proper sales etiquette, and it's just proper etiquette of being a human being. Okay? Just say thanks. Interact with them. Show them that you care, because when you do that, that one person that was there from you from the start will most likely be there for you when you hit rock bottom or you're stuck or you plateau with your creativity. Fans are fans for a reason. Treat them like they matter, because they do. So part 5 in the mistakes that I see, you know, you lovely creative people doing. This one is actually really sad. I see you guys not taking the time out to hype yourself up, okay? When you're building a fan base, don't just rely on your fans to hype you. You need to hype yourself up, because you don't have to be popular to be amazing. Each and every one of you have a skill, a craft, something that people come for. Some people come for your voice if you're a singer. Some people come for your talent with the guitar if you're a guitarist, a pianist, anything that people come for, they're a fan for. And if you're not your own fan first, then these other people are not going to be a fan at all. So if you do something great, put it out there, share it with Facebook, share it with the internet, share it with your email list, like I mentioned in the last mistake, simply because these people want to know that you believe in your own product, your own service, your own creativity. If you make gorgeous pillowcases, or people got circuit machines nowadays, if you make gorgeous keychains or what have you, put it out there and don't be afraid. I know sometimes people are afraid of ridicule, and sometimes people are afraid that people will steal their ideals. Trust me, there's so much bread out here for people to eat, bread as in money, guys, that even if someone steals your ideal, guess what? Somebody else is still willing to buy from you. There are over 3 billion people on this planet, probably even more than that. Don't let one person deter you from putting your stuff up. Now, I am going to say be guarded, right, with who you share your creativity with. But the point of this whole episode is to implore you to put your stuff out there so that you can build a fan base and not make these mistakes. So Let me reiterate. Mistake number 1 is not having a solid brand, so therefore have a solid brand. Mistake number 2 is not having a platform. Mistake number 3 is not utilizing an email list. And again, if you guys don't know how to even build an email list, check out the show notes. I will have the link there for my digital shop on how you can get that playbook. It's only $5, guys. Mistake number 4 is not interacting with the few people that love you already. And mistake number 5 is not hyping up yourself. Now, there are so many more mistakes that I'm going to put in the second part. But right now, I just want you guys to dwell on these, fix your errors, and go out there and be great. Create. Because that's all I want you to do. I hope this helped, and make sure you guys share this episode with a friend, especially a fellow creative who you know for sure is not doing these things or are doing these things. However you want to spin it, you know what to do and you know the right thing to do. So share this episode, please, and I will talk to you guys in the next show. Hey creatives, thanks for listening to the Conscious Creative Corner. If you like the show, be sure to rate, subscribe, and review on Apple Podcasts or the listening platform of your choice. It helps other creatives find ways to listen to our uncensored truths. Be sure to check us out on Instagram to let us know how you enjoyed the show with a screenshot or a DM. We'll be sure to feature you. You can send your screenshots to the CCC Podcast or the ccccorner.com. If you are struggling with finding your creativity, check out the show notes for your free guide and tips on creating content in your creative zone. Don't let this episode stop you. Share this episode and visit our Patreon page for cool bonuses and to be involved with the creative community that listens here on our podcast. We'll also be showing you and giving you cool tutorials on how to unleash your creativity. I'll talk to you in the next episode.